We have just kind of crossed over the construction boundary or the construction barrier. On this side is only the contractors, everybody else is on the other side. So we can kind of walk this way and we'll go into the tunnel, one of the tunnels or the entrances into this, the underside of the stands. We're actually right underneath the suites and the loges right now. And this will give you a sense of now, this runs in essence the entire length of the football field. Pretty fun stuff right now. We can take a quick peek in here. This will be the training room. Doesn't look much like a training room right now, but eventually this will be a training room. It'll actually over double the size of what our current training room is currently. That's located on the east side. In this little area actually, believe it or not, used to be the old racquetball court. That was over here. This will be our hydrotherapy room. We'll have one main bigger cold plunge pool over here, and then two kind of the steel tubs that can go hot and cold. This will be able to house about 12 to 14 athletes. Those are in essence will be one per tub. In here, this will be the coach's locker room. And it'll look a lot different in about 2 months when all of the lockers are in, but showers, sinks, stools are on that side. I gotta remember I have a hat on, so I got a duck. They've just this week have been starting to paint it down this hallway a little bit, so you can see kind of the first kind of threads of red through here. Let's go in this door right here. This will be the players' lounge. Essentially, an area off of the locker room where they don't have to be nestled in their actual locker, just to relax a little bit. There'll be televisions on the wall, and then couches kind of down the middle pointed towards each wall. Back to the main hallway. This is the main entrance to the locker room. We're still doing a great deal of tiling in here, back in the shower area, the bathroom area, and the sink area, all behind those walls. But as you can tell when you walk in here, it's not a wide, it's a very long locker room. And the configuration of this locker room really is, all of the lockers are in bays. So when we look inside, you get a little bit further, this little alcove, that will be lockers in that entire alcove. And this locker room is a series of alcoves on both sides for all the players. We'll eventually have 110 lockers in here. And as you can imagine, football players are a little bit larger than most, so the locker room is a little bit larger than most. The one little fact on this room in here, there is direct access from the locker room to the training room. So you will come through this little door here. There'll be a little L turn, and we are back. There'll be another wall here. Now we're back on the other side of the training room. We came in on the front side. Now this is the back side of the training room. We will have 3 trainers' offices in here, an exam room, and another exam room, which will also double as an X-ray room. So again, your locker bay, another locker bay. Pack even more, we'll have another, this was a much bigger locker bay, it's kind of the end locker bay, but pretty much it's going to go all the way around here. Where you see that cutout, that'll eventually be closed in once we get all the big stuff in and out of here that we need, and lockers will go completely over that wall as well. There will be right now you see a lot of stuff up top. There will be a drop ceiling in here that'll give it not only a little bit of perspective from a height standpoint, but also lighting. The lighting that you see up there right now, some of that is repurposed lighting from when this was the old basketball court. We're standing right now where the old basketball practice court was. It's interesting when you come back and forth and you see some of the transitions to what are new walls, what are original walls, where things used to be. This is also going to be the walk that the players come to get out onto the field as well. In here is on the other side. This is all mechanical in here. This area used to be an old storeroom for us. Originally in the dome, it was a racquetball court, and I don't know, 20 years ago, it was converted into storage. This little room in here will eventually be the equipment room. Now it's big, okay? This is really will have to house 3 different areas that we used in the dome previously for storage and equipment. So while it's nice and big right now, we will fill it up pretty darn fast. So now we're back on this is part of the original part of the dome. This mechanical room, we always called this room the airlock. The original garage door, none of this in this area has changed, but this is where the players run out. Now, this is awfully wide for the amount of traffic that has to come in and out of here, but we made this area wider to make sure we could accommodate whether it's the farm show or any large pieces of machinery or equipment that would need to get in here. Because it has a little bit of a bend to this entrance from outside right onto the field. It's not a straight shot. Knowing that we'd have to curve semis or other things in here, that's why you'll see there's a lot of width to here. Underneath over here, this will eventually be the laundry room. Pretty exciting stuff. Doesn't look like much right now. Of course, laundry rooms really never do look like much. But this is probably, from a square footage standpoint, 4 times as big as what our current laundry room is. This one here, this is actually the original wall, the other side of that wall. This was the end wall from, I guess on this side we would have had our diving apparatus, some of our trampolines and things like that, because the old racquetball court was on that side. All these walls are now new. This whole area is new. And this stairway is new. Let's take a look at something here. Let me show you what the new moat looks like. This door was cut out of the dome, or the doorway was cut out from an access standpoint, and this is now the new moat. You'll see the new entrances, or the bridges for the entrances have been installed and laid on either side, and you've got the big chillers, or the big air conditioning units, are hidden underneath each bridge. The other side of that retaining wall that we built will be about a very small parking lot and a drive lane, drop-off lane on that side. So now we get to walk out into the suite and the loge area. As you can see, they are pretty much formed. Drywall's in. Still a lot of work to be done on this end from a finishing standpoint, but there are 6 loges on this end, and there are 9 loges on the other end. It's a great view. On this level, the only people that you'll find that'll be on this level are the folks that are in a suite. So we still have a lot of work to do. We still have countertops and cabinetry that needs to go in here. And we're sitting pretty much at the 50-yard line right now. You look down one side and down the other, you literally will be right on top of the team when you get to sit in your seat. So if I'm sitting here, I will probably be able to reach down and high-five the guys to be able to watch the game. It's something else, it really is. There's not gonna be anything like it in the country, certainly on any college campus, to have your suite, your premier seating 10 feet off the ground right above the team. There's not a bad view. We can go down to the very end, and even if the action is all the way down there and you're down at the far loge, depending on whether or not you can see anything, you've got the video board that's right there that'll give you a sense of what's happening on the 5-yard line. This little area probably won't be completely finished in the first phase. This will be twofold. This will end up being a meeting room during the week, and on the weekends will be a kind of a Coyote Landing 2. On the other end, we have a Coyote Landing 3. That's more of a patio area that, again, you can still come and watch the game And even if there will be a railing here, and from this level, this is the goal line right here. So we're standing on the goal line. I've got a great view of this. When the action is on the other side, I've got the video board that helps keep me engaged at that point. If I go through those doors, I'm going into the back side of the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. So there will be a flow from the Concourse to the DakotaDome into the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. And if I'm over here and I want to get to the Dome Club, that's the direction I go. Right now we are in the old weight room. This is where the weight room is in the Dome. You can kind of tell because we still got Charlie Coyote up on the wall. When we had games going on, that was hidden, so you could really never see that. So now we are in, this will be essentially the South Concourse or Southwest Concourse. So let's take a quick peek. You've got ticket office, will be right there. You've got, along this entire string, the hallway's not that much wider than the hallway on the east side, but we've made, I think, a better use of space. A sneak peek of what the entrance is going to look like. This would be, if I had to install a door in a house, this is what my door would probably end up looking like. But if you come out here, you are now going to be, this is the view from the south entrance on the west side. Essentially starting from the very south all the way to the north, it alternates. It starts with bathrooms, concession stands, bathrooms, concession stands, bathroom, concession stands, and finishes with bathrooms. So we have tucked everything in here that we possibly can. I think the game day experience of fans on this will certainly be much more efficient. You certainly have a lot more counter space with respect to concessions and ordering. You've got, I would say, at least two if not three times as many bathrooms on this side as you do on the other side. So if you're coming out here, whether it's quarter break or halftime break, you're not going to spend near as much time in the concourse getting food or using the restrooms as what people have been accustomed to on the other side. One big element to the renovation on this side was building a full-service kitchen in the dome. This is where not only the concession stands will be fed from, no pun intended, but it will be the suites and the loges. All the catering food will be done in here as well with a full-service kitchen. Doesn't look big right now, but it's comparable to the kitchen in the student union and what we'll be able to deliver out of here. There's dry storage, cold storage, and freezer storage in here. You'll be able to fry, grill in here, and all the other food prep will happen and originate from this area. Previously, all the food, anything that had to be cooked was done over in the student union, and it was brought over in warmers. Things that could be done on site would be things like popcorn. You're heating your pretzels, you're doing stuff like that. The ability to either cook or prepare food exponentially increases now with the building of this kitchen. This not only will allow us to service the concession stands on the new side, it will also help us deliver food to the east side and the Dome Club and Coyote Landing and all the suites and the loges. This should be roughly the 50-yard line. So I'm walking off the concourse down into the stands, into the stage. This is where the bulk of everybody on this side comes through one of these portals. And immediately, it's wow, okay? You're at the same height as you are if you walked out of one of the portals or vomitories on the east side, but you are closer to the field at this point. Let's take a quick peek at my other door. This one's a little bit different. This side has not been, the bridge on this side has not been totally poured, But this just gives you a view of the entrance on the northwest side of the dome. You've got the foundation building directly across from this entrance. The quarters complex is over there, Holiday Inn Express, and then of course you got the Heights over there. You know, it's interesting too, because when you look at this, I go over to the other side, and maybe it's because the seats start so low, but there is a much gradual slope up there. When you stand up here, it looks like you're looking at something twice as high.